Hello and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. The second game, second chapter I suppose. Alright, let's examine I guess these things. An old bus stop. It says Koran Village on the signpost. The buses seem incredibly inconvenient since only come 3 times a day. It's an old style phone booth. I can say it fits in with the area too well. My cell phone doesn't get reception up here, so who knows, I may need it later. The biggest, most elegant of the buildings I can see from here. This is Faye Manor, the place Maya calls home. It's easy to be overwhelmed by its presence. Okay, is there anything else? Rustic thatched food houses, where the other villagers live in the street. They are nowhere near as large as nice as the manor in the front of me. It's kind of odd that I don't see any of the other villagers walking around though. Okay, let's just have a look if there's anything else. I don't think there is, but, you know, you can always check it out. Right, move. Let's go towards the meditation room. The meditation room nurtures our mediums young and old. Even mediums in training, I would wager. But it's pretty deserted today. Probably because of the murder yesterday. The door that leads to the channeling chamber, the place where spirits and people meet. The iron in this door was tempered, making it very solid. It looks like there is a strong lock on this door on top of it, to top it off. Someone with a lot of skill wrote these 4 Chinese characters with a brush. Oh look, there's a translation, once in a lifetime. This message is possibly should value their ghostly meetings as once in a lifetime chances. Piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed into it. Probably a subtraining knowledge only mediums would know. Let's see. There's one in English. It says 100 ways to save money. Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. This door leads out to the winding way. The weather outside looks really nice. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Let's check inside. It looks like Detective 𝐒𝐤𝐞𝐜 isn't here today. I should take this chance and thoroughly check this room. If I'm lucky, I might uncover a clue or two. Oh, Mr. Wright, good morning. I'm on my way to meet Mystic Maya, and I thought to bring her some items to make her feel more at home. Namely, tea, so bitter you lose your tongue, and jaw-dropping with large strawberry desserts. I'm sure Maya will be very grateful. That's Mystic Maya, good sir. She's a one scary lady. Oh dear, sweet Mystic Maya. Pearl wept constantly for you last night, as did I. I know it's important for me to search the site, but I should ask her some questions too while I have the chance. Talk. What happened? I'd like to say you a few questions about what happened yesterday. Do you mean that awful tragedy? Yes. That man murdered me, so I killed him. Maya? Step away from there! Please leave this area to me! Go quickly and inform the police! What happened here in this room after I left? Well, first I struck Mystic Maya on the head. To make her go unconscious, correct? That is correct. Next I performed a spirit severing technique. Spirit severing technique. The spirit of that nurse was inside of Mystic Maya's body. Use the technique to send the nurse's spirit back to the other world. I wonder if this is kind of testimony is even admissible in the court of law. Channeling chamber. By the way, what is this room exactly? The channeling chamber? This room was created for the sole purpose of preventing such a tragedy as yesterday. What do you mean? Sometimes when an inexperienced medium calls an especially strong spirit, that spirit may become violent and revolt, as you witnessed yesterday. Revolt? But how? When a spirit enters a medium's body, she loses her will, and herself steps aside. To put it another way, the spirit is borrowing the medium's body, good sir. But isn't that extremely dangerous? An experienced medium has a little problem controlling a spirit. But Maya, I mean Mystic Maya, was her first channeling. and that was why I insisted on locking the door. However, I never thought that it would be calling danger upon the client himself. I'm grateful that one of our heirlooms was not damaged in this horrible incident. And that would be that folding screen there. It is the 𝐒𝐲𝐞𝐜𝐬 sacred writings. Along with the 𝐒𝐒𝐲𝐼𝐴 sacred urn, they are this village's most treasured possessions. If I ever found out that something had happened to either one, oh, the humanity. Odd for her to be worrying about the folding screen at a time like this. I guess this isn't just some dilapidated old screen after all. Pearl. So, how is Pearl today? Mr. Wright? Yes. In this world, Pearl is my most treasured possession. When compared to even Mystic Maya, Pearl has the spiritual power to become a master. That's very impressive. Until now, the women of the branch family have thought themselves to be inferior. But Pearl is different. Her spiritual strength is so great it's even greater than some of the main family. Yes, Pearl is the childlike prodigy and the pride of the branch family. Wow, she's really fired up now. In any case, our world is so different from yours, perhaps it's best for you to quit, good sir. Quit? Quit what? Examine. I guess this is an altar. Whatever it feels very important. A mirror-like object, a clouded reflective surface, and some branches of a sacred tree have been set in a predetermined arrangement. I would guess they're used during the channeling. It's a beautiful and expensive folding screen. It also looks quite old. There seems to be some sort of sacred text written on it, but I can't read it. Ah, this is... It's a hole! Could it have been made by a bullet? Folding screen added to the core record. Okay. Well then, I do believe it is time for me to take my leave. Alright, please tell Maya I said hi. What was that? I mean, Mystic Maya. I'll tell her. There is some empty space behind the folding screen. The light of the candles can't reach back there, so it's completely dark. I hope no one is hiding back there. This is where the medium sits, I assume. There are 4 panels of this flooring. The straw in the flooring feels a little damp, probably from the humidity in the air. Or, you know, the blood? Is that it? Oh, there's the other side, okay. This is where the medium sits, I assume. There are 4 panels, okay. It's the same thing. Just on the other side. The meditation room is on the very side of this heavy-looking door. The lock on it's broken because, well, I broke it. It doesn't seem possible, but I managed to break it pretty badly. When you want to do something bad enough, people can do the most amazing things. I think that's it. Little Pearl isn't here today. Maybe she's at school? We already explored most of the things here. Oh, hey, like, you're that guy from yesterday, that this guy, like? No, I'm a lawyer. That's right, Mr. Smith, Esquire, that's right. Wait, I mean, you're wrong. My name is Wright. Smith, right? Well, I got like 3 letters at least. I don't think she gets the point. Anyway, why are you here? So, like, I studied this thing called parapsychology, like, at this college, and, like, you told me about that yesterday, the sesame allergy, too. What I would really like to know is why you're still here today. Oh, so, like, that's what you meant, like, you should have been more, like, clear about it, like... Sorry, my bad. No, it's okay, like, it's really okay, like... That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I, like, so, like, that was, like, I was talking about it, like, again? If what I ever wanted another genuine mysterious phenomenon, it's right here. So, why are you still here today? Like, there's so much for me to, like, study here, like what? Like the mediums training, or like how they inherit their spiritual, like, power. I suppose this village is a real thing after all. So, like, I asked if I, like, could stay here for, like, a little longer. She sure seems like the carefree type, at least on the surface. What happened? Have you ever heard about the murder? It's, like, totally scary, like, she says with a silly smile plastered on her face. So, do you know anything about it that might help? Somehow I don't think she has the grip on reality. Let alone what's going on here. About the victim, Dr. Gray. I don't know who you're talking about, like, wait, I think I asked you about him, like, yesterday, like, too. That's right, her reaction yesterday when I asked was... You and Dr. Gray know each other, right? I don't know any Dr. Gray, like... Really? And what was all the talk about him earlier? Huh? Well, like, a long time ago, like, I was, like, a patient, like, yeah. Okay, she's definitely hiding something from me. Like, is something wrong? Like, I don't know. You tell me. Let's examine. Now where did this box come from? I'm sure this was in here last night. It looks like a box for storing clothes, but it's pretty big for just clothes. It's mostly empty, but a few folded pieces of channeling costume sit at the bottom. You left the blanket a mess. Are you going to fold it? Like, I had a really good nap, and, like, I was thinking of, like, leaving it like this, so, like, it's all the set for tonight, like... It's a decorative wooden bear sculpture. There's a plate attached to the base. Terrain Village, the heart of channeling. What the? It's a souvenir! Isn't it cute? Like, I really totally bought that, like... so it's yours, huh? Yeah, so, like, this village is really, like, famous for, like, channeling and bears. Wait, famous for bears? But it's, like, okay, like... If you ever, like, see a bear, like, you just play, like, dead and then, like, leave you alone. Is that right? Yeah, like, cause, like, fighting back is, like, totally of no use. Has she actually tried to fight one? It's a small alcove. I have no idea what's in this, what it's supposed to mean or symbolize. If I had one of these in the office, it would end up as a storage space. But here it's decorated with some pretty flowers and a beautiful hanging scroll. This is the first time I've seen a sliding door like this in person. From here I can see the winding way and the little garden in the courtyard. Let's start giving her this. Like, I'm really sorry, but I know, like, you totally had it in your heart set on it, but I, like, can't take it. Who said anything about it giving this to you? You surprised me! And how are you today? I guess she's open to friendly chatting. She's still holding something in her hand. It looks like the same thing she had yesterday. Okay, she doesn't want to talk, so let's give her this thing. Oh yeah, Maya said to give this to you. I'm in trouble now. If Morgan sees us like this, I'll be the next one they're channeling. That's Mystic Maya's. Huh? She actually spoke. Who are you? Phoenix Wright. I worked with Maya. You work with Mystic Maya? You're Mr. Nick, right? Excuse me? Bet I know who she picked Nick up from. I know who you are. You are Mystic Maya's special someone. What? So then, of course! You're going to help Mystic Maya, aren't you? That's what you're going to do, right? Oh, well, yeah, I will. Oh wow, it's like a beautiful fairy tale. That earnest look shining brightly in your eyes. It must be true love. Whoa? Why am I being boiled into a bright red lobster by this little kid? I'm so jealous of Mystic Maya. What a wonderful relationship. Wait, things are like... Hey, I can tell you're a good person. Alright, Mr. Nick. I may be small, but I'm gonna help you in any way I can. Are you interested in current traditional things too, Mr. Nick? The current sacred writings are on this folding screen. Oh, is that what's written on it? Actually, what caught my eye was this hole in it. It's a very old screen, so I think that maybe bugs made it by eating through it. It sure doesn't look that way to me. I'm sure it's helpful to you in some way, but I'm still in training, so I don't know anything about it. I'm really deeply sorry. No, it's okay. I should have shown you something so trivial anyway. I'm very sorry. Okay, let's talk to her. Pearl, are you friends with Maya? I feel very grateful to be friends with her. She's so great. I want to be like Mystic Maya when I grow up. I really look up to her. Wow, I had no idea Maya was so revered. Usually when people don't use Mystic Maya's title, I get mad. Oh, sorry. But if it's you, Mr. Nick, then it's okay. Because you're special to her. Where in the world did you get an idea like that? By the way, this may be rude, but which channeling school are you from? Which channeling school? Yes, for example, I studied the current technique. Ah, I get it. No. I'm a lawyer. A lawyer? Lawyer? Yep. Is that related to spirit mediums in any way? None that I know of. Wait, are you telling me you don't know what a lawyer is? I'm sorry, but I have no idea. I'd say Pearl doesn't know much about the outside world. The item in your hand. So, what's that you've got in there, Pearl? Oh, this! I found it yesterday. If you want it, I can give it to you. Thanks. Alright, well, if you really want to give it to me... Hey, you look like a child at this toy store, Mr. Nick. She normally speaks in a refined manner, but laughs in one too. An old steel key, green jewels, is set in the center of the key's grip. Mr. Nick? Yes, Pearl? Did I call you that, right? You're too cute just to just call you Pearl. Sure, Mr. Nick, are you sure it's okay for me to have this Magatama? Yeah, it's okay. I was told to give it to you. But I can accept something like this. All I really should do is charge this Magatama with spiritual energy. Spiritual energy? Please take this. I'm sure it will be helpful. What do you mean? It will let you see people's secrets. See people's secrets? Yes. If it's alright with you, I would like to accompany you for a little while. I can explain the Magatama's power to you when we meet someone hiding a secret. That sounds fun. Let's go back. Hello again. We seem to be seeing a lot of each other today. Oh, she's like totally cute. Is she like your daughter? What? No. How old do you think I am? The victim. I want to ask you about the victim, Dr. Gray. I like totally don't know him. Ah, what is this? Huh? You can see it, can you, Mr. Nick? You can see the look on that person's heart. Huh? What? This is the power of the Magatama. Only you can see these cyclogues, Mr. Nick. Cyclogues, huh? The more someone wants to hide their secret, the more locks you will see. If it's only one, I think you can easily unlock it. Unlock? But how? Please use the Mystic Maya's Magatama on this person. Let's remove the lock. I have no idea what she's talking about, but guess I'll give it a try. You must be careful though, Mr. Nick. If you make a mistake, it will hurt you. If you don't think you have the proof you need, you must have the courage to stop. Well, I've got to start somewhere. Let's give this cyclogue thing a try. I'm going to ask you again. Did you know Dr. Gray? I totally don't know that guy. Like you're totally more persistent than a roach. This girl is hiding something. I'm sure of it. I guess I have no choice but to remove this lock. Alright, so first I have to use Maya's Bagatama. Present. The victim. Eeny miny, I believe you do know who Dr. Gray is. I told you, like, how many times do I, like, have to repeat myself? If you're, like, so totally sure, then where's, like, your proof? Well, it may be possible that you never actually met Dr. Gray in person. I do believe you might have at least indirectly known of him. Like, what do you mean, like, indirectly? I should try to show that possibility existed for now. So something that shows a possible connection between Innie and Dr. Gray. I don't fucking know. Let's give this guide map, maybe? Here's your proof. What is that? Ouch, I guess it doesn't have anything to do with that, huh? Rule did warn me. If you make mistake, it will hurt you, she said. If I don't have enough evidence, I should stop. I'll take another look at the code record and think it through one more time. Well, it may be possible that you never actually met Dr. Gray in person. I cannot save it. So something that shows possible connection between Innie and Dr. Gray. The fact that she's a huge fan of the occult? Or maybe the fact that she's doing research in parapsychology? I don't think I have the evidence. Hey, it's you, pal. So you're going to be her lawyer, I bet. Yes. Oh, I really feel bad for you, pal. Just this once, I wish I could be on your side. Detective 𝐒𝐤𝐞𝐜𝐬. Yeah, but I shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff to you. Hey, you're a cute kid. I'm not scary, honest. Wow, I never knew 𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐬 liked kids. Hey, I know. I'll show you something cool. How's this? A real genuine pistol. Detective 𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐬, what are you doing showing her something that dangerous? Oh, sorry. Let me give him the bullet hole if he checked it out. Oh, it better shut my mouth. What? I'm not gonna give you any information about evidence, pal. Oh. Okay. Okay, that's not... That detective is so nice. Aren't you happy? Happy about what? That he's not lying? Maybe. Maya's guilt. What about Maya charges against her? I don't think you can win, pal. If you're talking about proof, we've got a few pieces. Got proof? Yeah, pal, that puffy-haired photographer's going to testify tomorrow. You must be talking about Loda. Actually, speaking of Loda, I took some hot pictures earlier. Huh? Remember? I took some pictures at the murder scene inside. Loda's hot pictures, I wonder what her camera captured. Besides, you must have realized by now, pal. There's no way anyone other than Maya Fey could have done it. What am I supposed to say into pearls now? The victim. About Dr. Gray. The victim wasn't super famous, but people still knew who he was. His face was like all over the tabloid shows last year. Yeah, I know. I was looking through some newspapers from last year and... Huh? I could have sworn I had cut an article out, but I guess I must have lost it. Searching through his pockets, and boy, are those big. It looked really interesting too. I do have a copy, pal. Copy of that article? I think Dr. Gray might have brought a copy to the office when he came by. Tomorrow's trial. How about Maya's trial tomorrow? I've got 2 pieces of news for you, pal. 2? Yeah, bad news and even worse news. So which do you want to hear first? I don't really care, it doesn't change the fact that I'm not going to like it. Alright, pal. Well, the prosecutor of the trial is Prosecutor von Karma. Oh, von Karma? Manfred von Karma. He was an awe-inspiring veteran prosecutor. He never lost a case in the 40 years of his career, and he raised a fearsome disciple. Horrible aftertaste of the evil force he fed me is something I'll never forget. Wait a sec, but didn't von Karma stand trial and... That's where the other piece of bad news comes in. The von Karma you're facing tomorrow is actually his successor. Successor? So, who's the successor to von Karma? Literally, pal, it's Prosecutor von Karma's kid. His kid became a prosecutor really young, like 13, and hasn't lost a trial since. That's what they call a prodigy, pal. Kid, huh? Well, wait a second. 13? The kid became a prosecutor at the age of 13? I mean, a prodigy like that, I would have heard something about like that. Oh, no. The kid was born and raised in Germany, pal. That country's got like a lot of stuff and this great place to develop a person's talents. Germany, huh? That's probably I've never heard of this person. Still. It takes, all it takes is someone mentioning the name von Karma. And I get terrible flashbacks to that case. Stop it. Get a grip on yourself, Phoenix. None of that matters anymore. Now that he's gone. Okay. Alright, move. So let's go to the Crane Village. And let's move to my office if I can. Let's look for that article. Ooh, it feels like I've been gone forever. But it's only been 1 day. Oh, that's right. Where's that newspaper Dr. Bray brought the other day? Ah, here it is. Right on top of my desk. This is the only thing he left behind that's going to be of any help. 1 year ago, on May 2nd, 14 patients died from malpractice at Gray Surgical Clinic. Okay. Plant. Moment of my boss, Maya, who now passed away. The rest of the room may be in shambles, but I always manage to care about this little fella. A poster of the TV action hero, the Steel Samurai. Ma stuck it up here right before she left. I wouldn't say that the Steel Samurai and Thorny's office are a good match, but Ma threatened to curse me with some magic spell, so I guess it can stay. Difficult looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. Actually, I've neglected them for so long, a layer of dust started to form on them. One of these days I should try to build up the courage to read one, I guess. It's my desk. I keep it neat for those rare occasions when I actually have a client in the office. There's a giant building just outside the window. It's the Gatewater Hotel. A high-class luxury hotel. Until recently it had been a normal business-class hotel. Okay. Let's go back to the Korean village. Can I check the article? No. But we might be able to use that article to press informations from her. Oh yeah, but let's present this for him first. Dr. Gray brought this over to my office the other day, and hey, it's that news story. The one about the malpractice suit. 14 patients died, and it caused a huge stink. Yeah, but that's not all. Things only got worse after that. You mean the car accident the nurse died in? Oh, here we go. I brought my own clipping with me today. Here, pal, this is for you. Alright, thanks. Mimi Miney, nurse at the Gray Surgical Center, died after falling asleep at the wheel. Okay. Like, I'm really sorry, but, and I know, like, it totally had the hard side on it, but I can't take it. Okay. It doesn't say anything about their connection. That's the issue. Okay, we have to go to the detention center, I guess. Must be another round of questioning. I hope the detectives are taking it easy on her, but these kinds of cases aren't usually taken lightly either. I guess I'll come back later. Never mind. So about this key. Hey, is that your house key or something, pal? Come on, does it look like a house key to you? What's it for? It's... Oh, actually, I should probably keep that a secret. It's my bicycle key. Oh, nothing special, huh? Or tried that before. So let's try to go back to the chamber. There's nothing I can do with the bullet hole. Okay. Just for safety, let's save. Oh, 𝐒𝐸𝐞𝐜𝐬 and this is Mimi Miney. That's why she could have heard. Right, it was like maybe her sister or something, right? Maybe. Take a look at this newspaper clipping. What is this? A story about an accident? Please read the victim's name. Mimi Miney. Miney is a pretty rare last name, would you say? Miss Mimi Miney wouldn't happen to be a relative of yours, would she? So you noticed. Yeah, she was my older sister, like... I'm sorry about your loss. Your sister, was she a nurse, perhaps? At Dr. Gray's surgical clinic? Huh? Gray's surgical clinic? I don't think I need to tell you that the clinic was run by the victim, Dr. Turner Gray. Which is how you knew of Dr. Gray. You knew him through your sister. Unblock successful! And we got our power back, nice. The victim. Please, tell me all you know about Dr. Gray. My sister's name was like Mary Miney. She was like a nurse at Dr. Clay's like clinic. That's what I thought. I heard that like Dr. Gray was like really tough on people, like a total slave driver. My sis was like always coming home like totally wiped out because she was overworked. Wiped out? So is that why she fell asleep at the wheel? That guy like drove my sis so hard like that's why the accident like happened. The one where 14 patients died from the malpractice? Yeah, like I think that was the doctor's like fault too. My sis was like pushed by like everyone expectations and like her duties and like stuff. And that pushed her like to her death. Oh, I'm sorry. So like, are we like done? I've like already like told you my like story to like everyone. Do you understand now, Mr. Nick? This is how a cyclone works. Well, I don't plan to pry into people's hearts unless I absolutely need to. The locus this time was pretty easy, but you might need people who aren't as willing to give in later on. You don't have enough proof. Be careful and know when to stop trying. Okay. It's okay, we already knew that. Alright, let's move. Can we talk about her? Hey, don't look at me like that. That girl has one intense stare. Okay, maybe we can go back to the village. Oh, maybe she's here back now? Mr. Nick? Huh? What's wrong? I've never left Korean village. Really? Wow, that's pretty amazing. You're going to meet with Mystic Maya, aren't you? Please tell her I said hi. Hey, wait. She ran off again. Well, I know it's a secret now, but I still don't have any idea how I'm going to save Maya. I don't even know if I should go in there with a smile or straight face. What am I supposed to do? I'm almost out of time. Can I really do anything? Can I really save her? Sorry to keep you waiting. Huh? Must be Maya. It's been a long time, hasn't it, Phoenix? Huh? That voice. Mia? Even without me being here, it looks like you've already learned to stand on your own. Mia, she's Maya's older sister and my mentor. She was a top-notch defense lawyer, but a certain case forced her into retirement. But whenever I'm in trouble, she comes to help, just like this. Her spirit comes back from the other world and borrows Maya's body for a bit. Phoenix, you can make that kind of face in front of your client. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets, and especially when it's a bad. Mia, you can smile at if you haven't been smiling the whole way there. In any case, the face you're making now is no face to show a client, Phoenix. So tell me all about it. I'm going to guess that my sister is in a lot of trouble again. I told her everything that about what happened in the last 2 days. Mia closed her eyes, deep in thought, while she listened. I see. Mia, what am I supposed to do? It's pretty clear what a good lawyer does in this situation. And that is, tell me please. Believe in your convictions. Fight for the complete acquittal of your client. You think Maya's not guilty? How can you be so sure? I know she is. I'll give you a hint as to why. Yes? Mediums can't have dreams. They can't? From what you told me, it sounds like Maya was having a dream while channeling. Yeah, she said she dreamt that she had died and had been buried in the ground. But that is impossible. You've heard it from her. I'm sure. When a medium channels, her own spirit disappears. Which means that it's impossible for her to dream during that time. Then what does this mean? I think it's safe to bet that Maya was set up. Set up? It's up to you to blow the lid on this case tomorrow and show how she was set up. Evidence? How am I supposed to prove her innocence when I have nothing to go on? You're looking for a clue, it's already in your hands. It is? Just as it sounds, Phoenix. You already hold the key. Really? Come on, show me the key to this case. The key, huh? Alright, I'll show it to her. The key I hold. The key. Mia, have you seen this key before? Ah, the key! It's literally the key to understanding everything that's happening in this case. This key? Phoenix, listen. Right now that key is sitting in your hand. However, it shouldn't be. It contradicts the facts. What does she mean? I'm certain this key will be the piece of evidence that makes your case tomorrow. You already know everything you need to know. You know what the key to this case is. That is enough. But, how can I win tomorrow without knowing who the real murderer is? Who could have... I know it at a time. But this day was going to end with a turn for the surprising. Mia? What? What's wrong? That's right. Only I can see the cyclops. Which means Mia must know something about the real murderer. But for this to be something that she would hide under lock and key from even me, what in the world is going on? To be continued. June 21st, 9:48 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. What? Prosecutor von Karma, you mean? No, I heard it's a successor this time. Successor? Manfred von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks. Also, he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now his successor, I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. It's no good. Mystic Maya. Early! You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came by all by yourself? I snuck out of the manor and followed the map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. I can't. Oh my. It takes 2 hours by train. Oh man. Really? What about a train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? His next rival. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him. I thought I would see him only yesterday. Every trial was so scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. It was always back and forth with them. But when you're rivals for life... Oh yeah, please don't mention that name ever again. But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. He's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed to the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. No, Nick! June 21, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright? Huh? You must be a little shocked because I'm a woman, correct? Hold on. So she's the famed successor to Prosecutor von Karma? I am Franziska von Karma. Prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... I'm talking. It's assault. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in just no time. Justified self-defense? I would say, she's not guilty because of reason of insanity, but okay. I mean, we can go with that as well. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. You could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because the plea justifies self-defense is to say you did kill someone. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like a daughter, I suppose. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name is 𝐒𝐩𝐞𝐜𝐬. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone will please look at this map. The channeling chamber has no windows, and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim, the defendant, were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's quite a look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. And that's when they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. Floor plans added to the court record. Okay. So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time then. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause an instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point blank. The Court accepts it into evidence, Mr. Wright. You may question the witness. Okay. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The murder weapon, Detective 𝐒𝐲𝐬. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim's? Now why would he have... Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is those fingerprints are under that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints. Along with the victims, the defendant, Maya face were also on the grip, sir. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. I walked right into her hands here. The shot was fired from point-blank range. Point-blank, huh? So about how far is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. And how do you know he was shot at point-blank? Mr. Phoenix Wright. I grew tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn? When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes the bullet fire, and that against the real hot foul. There were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow. Never knew that live and learn, I guess. Before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. I don't know it was before. Stabbed? And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see, and whose knife was it? Looks like it belongs to the face, sir. And of course, my face fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? Ah, this does not look good. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have been hit to the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. The murderer used a pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Are you sure he was stabbed first and then shot? Yep, sure as can be. One look at the wounds and you would come to the same conclusion too, pal. Fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What a pain. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the two murder weapons with me today. Very well, the court accepts them into evidence. Murder weapon was Gray's. 2 shots fired. Bears Maya's and Gray's fingerprints. Murder weapon, a small fruit knife, belongs to the face. Bears Maya's fingerprints. The date and time of death was June 19 at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them. This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. No, 2 gunshots. Could be self-defense still. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam this little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes? Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? Is the opinion of this court that you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose? See? Just as I promised, Mr. Wright. You will change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change the justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. I better think this through all the way. Plead not guilty. If you plead justify self-defense, you'll basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life will be ruined. She would be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor, we reach a conclusion, Mr. Wright. The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective! Yes, sir? Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike. Yes, sir. No, see here. Proceedings are run by... Ah. Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Okay. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of backspray blood on this. This piece directly links Maya fate to the crime, sir. I see, the court accepts it into evidence. Maya's costume added to the court record. Alright, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kinda scary today, you know, pal? Come now, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. Alright, just please stop glaring at me like that. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. Maya's costume? Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Oh yeah, she's wearing her channeling costume today too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? As you can see, it's covered in blood. There's blood on the costume. The results show that it is the victim's blood. So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. Were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Well... If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time, let's move on. Ah yes, Miss Good Karma is perfectly correct. Now even the judge is on our side, but if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Press further. Why is Mrs. Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why it suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume. The bullet hole. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There is no way for you to poke a hole in it. Looks like my time is up. So about the costume. There is one little thing. Your Honor. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about, pal? Where is the problem you're talking about? Come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is... right here. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. Sleeve? There's a tiny hole there. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder? It looks like I found this hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole. Order, order, order! This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else. Maya's costume updated in the court record. Okay. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Ah, is she actually? Smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. Well, I agree this is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you don't find more definitive problem with the evidence, then... No way. Detective 𝐒𝐲𝐜𝐬, please continue your testimony. Yes, sir. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any source of struggle power. So did the murderer have a fight with the detective or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically. We're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. That von Karma, she thinks she can decide a verdict with this testimony alone. I'll find a critical contradiction somehow. Then I'll have her. Okay. Well, we have evidence. It's the bullet hole in the wall. There. Your Honor, that statement contradicts its evidence. Huh? It does? I don't see any contradictory. What do you mean it doesn't? Two shots were fired, I guess that. Good. Your Honor, okay, I need something that mentions that only one shot was fired, and then say that two shots were fired. I guess I can use the clothes again. There's a bullet hole. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Detective 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐚𝐥𝐬. Yes? Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlook supposed to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? Ah, you're right. It seems you're correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Ah, what is with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix? Miss von Karma, it seems that Maya Fey was shot by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense plea said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Ah, now did you... Why, that's right. Which means the defense has not yet proved anything at all. No. Well, that's true. Furthermore, just the fact that there is bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? How so? Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired the other day. With the new information required, I added in, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? Want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Yes, sir. Right away, sir. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of her strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. The scenario you have put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright, on the surface it does make sense. However, I wouldn't give up that easily. Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant, and in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Did you mention it? Yeah, I guess. You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning? Mr. Phoenix Wright, Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? Huh? When channeling with the current channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. You even studied up on the current channeling technique? Like I said before, I am perfect. About what you were talking about, I didn't quite get it. Never mind, let's continue with the testimony. Of course the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. If you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly hurt would you say he was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness? Sorry. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Where in the world did that pistol come from? It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, specifically bought it for that day. The handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. So you're saying that the bullet hole in the costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. Two of them were already fighting when the shot was fired. Oh yeah, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. The defendant then picked up the opening and the victim's gun and ended it. Maya's never fired a gun before in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger. Even me, I wonder. Now you do understand? Von Karma's logic's perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. There's gotta be some contradiction in there somewhere, and uncovering is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. Okay, let's do a save before we continue. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Let's check the diagram. Okay. They were saying that the bullet hole in this coaster was made then. Okay. That doesn't help much. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's reload. Let's think about this. Like, what would be the way? So let's check. What do we have? That doesn't make sense. I don't know. I am not sure. Okay, let's reload again. This is gonna be something stupid, right? Okay, let's start again, maybe? No, something else? Victim took a shot back because they were too close and missed. Okay, maybe the outfit again? Okay, stupid. Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Huh? What do you mean? This little hole's actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where's the gunpowder burn on this costume? Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh, there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the one shot was fired, they are standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything anyway. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How's that? As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would have not had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Well then. That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There, that should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Must be careful, I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Something doesn't make sense. There's a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw? Yeah, very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot? There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this. This is the piece of evidence that destroys her logic. What is that? A folding screen? I'd like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. Ah! It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Oh, where? What? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through an height of an approximately 8 inches of the ground, which means... When the shot was fired, Maya, I mean the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Order, order! This changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hits this folding screen. It hit it at this location, about 8 inches of the ground. But this time the defendant was in this area. Somewhere around here. Huh? Oh, the judge's face is scrunched like it just smells of serious bad breath. That is, I mean... Wait, I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up. Sure. In the meantime, I want you to think it is true again, Mr. Wright. Of course. What's done is done. For now, I should focus on where Maya was at the time of crime. Somewhere around here. Huh? Oh my god. Can I save this? Okay, let's save just in case. I don't know where exactly she was sitting. How the fuck I would know? Wait, could she be like... there? She was standing here, near the folding screen. Wait a second, we know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole on this costume. Ah, where's you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You? I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing ways from the victim when he was shot at. When she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? It changes everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with a knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen? Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there ought to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving it the logic behind everything is your job. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the last radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Ah, of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be the smarmy smile? Detective, how dare you damage my perfect logic? Huh? How is that all my fault? You can start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-stand goatee. Oh, and the rest assured your punishment will come later. The punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time we call in the next witness. Next witness? That's gonna be Loda. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we convene, we will hear from the next witness. To be continued. Alright. Ooh, that was a close call. You were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like it was pretty close to dying myself. You were wonderful out there. You listened carefully and made theories and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Wait, tricked? It must be a lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, it's pretty sure it's Loda Hart. Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you would save me. If you lose, me and my sis ghost will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, you don't remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. June 21st. Court will now reconvene. Now the first order of... Oh! I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer. Witness the channeling. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Just fine. Ah, sorry about this. I didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Name and occupation. I declare with incarnation. Hey, Judge, this is the violence against my fair self. That's fine. That's fine. It's identified. It's a whip. Ah! There's no need for foolish outcries from foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. The name's Loda Hart, photographer, and I'm here to testify. No, let's all be one big happy family, okay? Witness's account. Only the doc and the defendant went to the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we heard his gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim, and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. Did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Reckon course. Huh? Excuse me? Reckon course. It's a short for, you reckon? Of course I did. Ah. Does it look like a care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see. Here's the picture. It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room. She's on the other side of the room, though. Why is she on the left now, rather than on the right? Loda's photo added to the court record. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Witness's account. Only the doc and the defendant went to the channeling chamber. Was it really only those two that went in? What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room. Hold on, we can have the defense testifying against his own client. Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear? You knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Was it really a gunshot? Insane, you must have heard it as well. Why didn't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And why are we still here listening to the defense testify? And the world becomes just as crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell ya, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. So, let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down? Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss 𝐒𝐸𝐞𝐜𝐬, I broke the door down, sorry. Why does it feel like my inquisition? No need for apologizing, that was great, you're a real man. Oh really? That's something I would have liked to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I take that as a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in? Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Loda seems awfully confident in her testimony. Press harder. Loda, please think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what he said when he broke into the room? I was murdered. Loda, at a time like this? I'm sorry, these are perfect snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This girl, is she Maya? When he saw the murder at that time, he couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not, am I correct? Well, you see... Order, Miss Hart, you are here to present a clear testimony. Yeah, sorry. Good, this shifts things back to my side. For defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Huh? Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered, One of those people that entered the chamber was my FA, correct? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that put in. It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly. Rats! And I'm trapped like one, again! I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure I am. But the old witch chased us out of the room, so... Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey? There was no one else in there, and you know it. Channeling chamber is very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about... behind the door? Behind the folding screen? What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Huh? What in the... Given, you know? You reckon? That's a given. It took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no one that's hanging around behind the folding screen. If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart. What? You got a problem? Wreck given. I mean, I'm having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop... Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you see a problem with this testimony or don't? Just I thought, there's nothing wrong with this testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. It seems that there are no issues with Mrs. Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, only two people were in this channeling chamber. The victim and the defendant. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be defendant. What am I going to do? If I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have to judge against me. Let's do a save. Stay safe. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya, that photo? Present evidence. Your Honor, Mr. Wright? Is it possible that the person in this photo is not the defendant? What? Do you know what you're proposing? Yeah, you're playing full talk. Thanks guys, your show support was great. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show your court some proof. Proof to this court that this person in this photo is not Maya Fey. I don't fucking know. I don't think there's evidence I have. Well, Mr. Wright, nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not my FA. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right evidence to prove my argument. That's enough. Is this it? Is this all I could do? I think it's quite obvious. This court was a verdict of not guilty is not possible. Told you. Totally 100% possible. Miss Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense. Phoenix, you can make that kind of case. The lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. Mia. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? Yeah, but pearls! Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go! But how? She's already been taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully. One more time, about what you saw in the channeling chamber. You remember what you told me yesterday. Dr. Gray. I was murdered? What? What, at a time like this? Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. You see, there is one final piece to the puzzle. Mia, question Loda one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you are too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination is already ended. Furthermore, any unrelated... It's fine, I'll another testimony. The one Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that? But, I mean, I have some place I must go after. Alright, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry and give us another testimony. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more, what happened when he burst into the channeling chamber? Okay, you got it. See, you got through the judge somehow, right? Well, actually, it was one Karma's whip that got through him. Witness account, part 2. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was kinda scared of her dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. It sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should praise her on those sections. Struggle all you as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless question, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. Alright. Let me just do a save. When it broke in that room, all I could focus on was Maya. So, what did she look like? You know, she looked almost like a different person. A different person? She may have seemed like a different person. However, she was still Maya Fey. We have already made that point abundantly clear. Yes, that is true. Well then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else? I was kinda scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. And perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray's at all. Huh? Well, I reckon that's possible. If the body inside that room was not like Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling, or maybe... Oh! Foolish fool spouting foolishness, just as I expect of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then that would mean Maya Fey is in fact dead. And that would make the defendant chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Sorry, Maya. Rail down, can I continue? I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. Hey, and even knowing that, you still persist in being a photographer? That's what I'm getting out of this business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through jobs faster than a baby through the diapers. Ah! Mr. Phoenix Wright, would it kill you to stay on topic for change? Well, would it, Mr. Wright? Nice, tag team in a stereo. Guess I shouldn't be grateful that it's not 5-1. I'll still manage to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. Two, right? Two what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only one has been submitted as evidence. It's hard. Where is the other picture you have withholding? No, you've got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I'm evil. Well, at least she knows herself. And why have you only shown this other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious? The prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? What karma? Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence. Forgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this, you are as bad as your father. Should I confront? No, I'm gonna confront her. Your Honor, the defense asked that the prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Well, yes. Me in contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you just hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? I was so angry I lost my composure. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court? I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same. Why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More than trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see that badly, I'll submit it. Lotus photo added to the court record. What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took at the day of this crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but what do you get with a nervous amateur? I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in the picture is not Maya? I don't know. Insist it's not Maya. Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in the picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face, her body has taken on a different appearance. There's only one conclusion that can be drawn, then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. Order! Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia, where did it? You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than on marg and strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at the prosecutor Von Karma's face. He's smiling? I think you had better continue worry, Mr. Wright. Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor room. This is Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? But isn't it a totally different person? She looks this way because she's obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. It's unbelievable that she can, yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Yeah. Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that picture can be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person in this picture, defendant, Maya Fey, if I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya? I can prove it. Your Honor. Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, see? In this picture lies contradiction to all the testimony up until now. Contradiction? So you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why didn't you point out exactly the issue? There's no bullet hole. Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. And that is exactly what is odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there? There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Alright, this should do some major damage to the argument. Let's celebrate it. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss von Karma's face. She's got that considered grin plastered all over her face again. Jumping the gun again. I see, Your Honor. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If those fools down in the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. See, she's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you don't need to worry, don't worry. You must assign a penalty. Personally make sure that the detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at this next salary discussion. Poor gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear right after the shooting. There was none. The judge is confused by the strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor. There is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The shooter is someone else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can only be one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order, order, order! If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. The defense's argument is complete mess. Complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness. What the heck? Is that a way to ask a gal favor? Be quiet, you. You were the only one who said that it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my weapon will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't you say you... I swear, it was lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there. Honest. You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right, now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, it can fall apart here, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I can't believe that even Mia is calling me by my full name. But I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix, so where did this intruder appear from, and where did Mia disappear to? I need to look at the situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before it broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true... Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling room is... Maya had left the room. And the defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming of foolishly foolish dreams. My Faye was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Faye. chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than the detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Proof that, from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Yes, it looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but... why is that key currently in her possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have that key at the time of her arrest. Ah, well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That is preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I wouldn't be holding this key you see before you. No, no, no! It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that the person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has to submit it as evidence. Miss von Karma, how can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case, how is there a flaw in my perfect case? I don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy, I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do, I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will be reconvened tomorrow at 10 AM. That is all. Court is adjourned. Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick. I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember you ever leaving that room. And I don't think that third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing, so sheltered. To be continued. Okay. Let's just do the start of this next chapter. June 21. Thank you very much for bringing me home, Mr. Nick. You're welcome. I had to come and look into a few things here today anyway. I thought about this a little. If Mystic Maya didn't kill that nice man, she definitely didn't. Yes, of course. But if she didn't, then someone else did, right? That murderer person. Yes, Pearls. Oh, I see. I wonder what's wrong. She seems sad. So, what did you think of seeing your first trial? I was really surprised. I had never seen so many people before. Oh. And Mystic Maya looked so small and helpless. Well, Maya's already naturally short, so... And then that snobby woman with the ruffly clothes. Ruffly? Oh, she seems Franziska. She had such a bad attitude. She acted like she had already decided that Mystic Maya did it. I'm going to tell her what I think of her tomorrow. I wouldn't miss tomorrow's trial for the world. Why was that woman bullying Mystic Maya? Well, she's the opposite of a lawyer, a prosecutor, so her job is to prove people guilty. They don't care if someone's innocent, all they care about is if they win. That's terrible. But she's really a good persecutor with a heart on the inside, right? There's no one like that. All persecutors are the same. Well, he might have become a good guy eventually. He? What are you talking about? Mr. Nick? Is it that person Mystic Maya was talking about? Mr. 𝐒𝐩𝐬𝐬? That was a long time ago. He's not around anymore. Huh? He clutched into his foolish pride too fiercely and died for it. Oh, that's too bad. By the way, yes? What is it? You wouldn't happen to know anything about who the murderer is, would you? Why are you asking me? No, I was just thinking earlier. I didn't see anything. You didn't see anything, huh? Speaking of that, during the murder, where is Pearls? And what was she doing? And on top of that, this key. Just when did she pick it up? I just realized that I never asked you what you were doing at the time of the crime. Pearls, where were you and what were you doing when the murder happened? Ah, huh? What was I doing? I wasn't doing anything. She's really bad at lying. You can whisper it to me. I won't tell anyone else, I promise. Ah. I guess I can see it through my lie, huh? Yeah, clearly. I can't lie to you, can I, Mr. Nick? We don't have enough, though, to check. Okay, this is all the same, so we don't have to check these. It's really empty. Training was supposed to be held today, but I guess it's already over. Looks like Morgan's here too, but she hasn't noticed me yet. What is she doing? It looks like she's taking a picture. Don't you see? Take a look around. Finally, my chance has come. I've waited for this day for so long. That's right. Prepare yourself, dear Misty. What in the... Who's there? Oh, if it isn't Mr. Wright. Well, now we see the killer. I'm just curious about that picture we're just looking at. Oh, today was the event. Was it not good, sir? I heard you did well. Oh yes, thank you. I'm terribly sorry I could not attend the trial today. Please accept my apology. My previous engagement. And I had to watch over the training day. I get the sense she really doesn't want to talk about the picture. All because the master can be here with us, you understand. And that is why I, lowly branch family members such as myself, must do this. Okay. Alright, I think this is a good point to stop it. Because all the information we learn now we'll be using next time. So I'm gonna end it here. We did nice, we did well. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll continue with this and learn more about this case. Take care. Bye bye. Also, my voice is completely fucked. I hate doing these voices, but you know, I'm doing it for you guys. Bye.